Huh? What now?
Well, looks like this system is gonna take some getting used to.
Fine. How's this, huh? Good morning.
What's wrong? Did you get hurt?
Oh, this? Kind of. I had a little fight with my wife, and it's just that my daughter's still young, and I'm hardly ever at home as it is, so...
Ah, yes. It's probably best if you sleep at home.
Well, you're gonna be missing out. The rooms in this place are amazing. If I were you, I'd just move the whole family in here.
Yeah. That's easy for you to say as a bachelor. Where are they?
Oh, they're on a date. Last we checked, all of them were up in Misa's room.
Surveillance cameras, huh? Well, since we know Misa has some connection to the second Kira, I guess it does make sense. But for God's sake, Matsuda, would you stop with this Misa crap?
Yeah, sure.
Man, this has got to be the lamest date I've ever been on.
No, please, just pretend I'm not even here, okay? By the way, are you gonna eat that piece of cake?
Cake makes you fat. I'm not gonna eat any.
Actually, I found that you don't gain any weight as long as you burn calories by using your brain.
So now you're calling me stupid? Fine then, I'll give you the piece of cake as long as you agree to leave me and Light alone.
Even if I leave you two alone, I'm still gonna be watching on surveillance cameras, so it wouldn't make any difference.
You pervert! Could you stop it with your creepy hobby?
You can call me whatever you like. Last chance for cake.
Okay then, I'll just close the curtains and turn off the lights.
We have infrared cameras in here as well.
What's wrong with you? I thought moving here was supposed to help us catch Kira, but since we've been here, you don't seem all that motivated to me.
Not motivated. You're right. Actually, I'm depressed.
Depressed? What for?
Well, truthfully, all this time I thought that you were Kira, and my entire case hinged on that fact. I guess I just can't get past the fact that my deduction was wrong. Although having said that, I'm still suspicious of you. That's why we're wearing these. And we also know that Kira can control people's actions, which means it's highly likely that Kira was controlling your actions so that I would suspect you. If I assume both you and Misa were being controlled by him, then everything we've observed so far makes a lot more sense to me.
If that's what you think, Misa and I were both Kira during the time that we were being controlled, right?
Yes, I don't think I could have been wrong about that. The two of you are Kira. Based on that evidence, I can only conclude that Kira's power passes between people.
That's an interesting idea, but if it's true, it'll be nearly impossible for us to catch Kira.
Yes, that's why I'm overwhelmed. Even if we catch someone under his control, they'll likely lose their powers and any memory of their crimes. So in the end, pursuing them becomes futile.
But at this point, we have no way of knowing if that's the case. Cheer up, would you?
Cheer up? No, I'm sorry, I can't. It's probably better if I just stop trying so hard. By chasing Kira so desperately, we're just putting our lives at risk for nothing. Yes, it's just a waste of time.
Ryuzaki.
Huh? You know, that really hurt.
That's enough! You don't feel like doing anything. Just because your genius deduction was wrong and I'm not Kira?
Fine, perhaps I phrased that the wrong way. I meant it would be pointless for us to make a move, so we shouldn't even bother.
If we don't chase Kira, he'll never be caught. Is that what you want? If you were just gonna give up, then why did you involve all those innocent people? And more importantly, what was the point of putting Misa behind bars?
I understand. But still, whatever the reason... An eye for an eye, my friend. It's not my deduction that was wrong. The fact is, I can say that Light Yagami is Kira, and Misa Amane is the second Kira, but it won't be enough to solve the case, and that's why I'm a little depressed. Is that so unreasonable?
Yes. Yes, it is. Besides, you should hear yourself. It's as if you won't be satisfied unless I am Kira.
I won't be satisfied unless you're Kira. Well, there may be some truth to that. In fact, now that you mention it, you're right. I think I wanted you to be Kira. As I said before, an eye for an eye. I'm a lot stronger than I look, you know.
We've got to call the room and stop them!
Huh? Yes?
Ryuzaki, I've got good news!
Misa is #1 in 18 Magazine's reader popularity poll!
Oh, I see. And get this, she's gonna get a lead role in Nishinaka's next movie!
What was that?
Matsuda's acting stupid again.
Well, that is his specialty.
I can hear you, you know. Oh. Hey, Chief! Oh, you too, Mogi. I've got some great news. This is amazing. I'm not even sure how he figured it out, but Light has a theory that Kira is somehow involved with the Yotsuba group. Can you believe it?
Yotsuba?
Yes.
That's probably it. Good work.
Huh?
We just spoke with the director, and it seems Kira's offered bribes to a number of politicians.
Kira made an offer. As long as the NPA agrees not to pursue him anymore, he won't lay a hand on any politicians.
So that's that. The police caved in to him.
Huh?
Mogi and I have already made up our minds on this. Aizawa, Matsuda, if you wish to continue working this case, you'll have to hand in your letter of resignation to the MPA, just as Mogi and I are going to do. Like it or not, you cannot pursue Kira as a member of the police force anymore.
Hold on a second, Chief.
They made it quite clear. If you continue to work with Elle, you'll be fired. That's all there is to it.
So then, Chief, you're gonna...
In a few hours, I'm no longer going to be your chief. However, we all have our own lives, so think it over carefully.
That's true, Chief. Especially if you've got a family to support.
If you want my opinion, you'd be better off as police officers. I was alone when I started this case, and although I'm grateful to all of you for staying with me as long as you have, I know that I can do this by myself. I'll be sure to visit you at the department and bring you Kira's head as a reward for all that you've sacrificed.
Ryuzaki, as long as I'm alive, you won't be working alone. You have my word on that.
That's right. I'll have Light working with me until I catch Kira, so I won't be alone after all. But as I said, I think the rest of you should remain as police officers.
But when you first contacted us, you said that you would need the help of the police in order to solve this case.
That's because the police as an organization were still hoping to arrest Kira. They weren't bowing to him. Besides, with all due respect, there's a big difference between the help of 2 or 3 civilians and the police as an organization. As you said, the police have made their position clear. They don't want to catch Kira, so let's just leave it at that.
Well, I suppose what you're saying makes sense. If we're not police officers anymore, we won't be of much use to you. However, we're all personally involved in this. All of us have risked our lives to catch Kira. Doesn't that give us the right to decide whether we stay here or return to the police force?
Good point. Then by all means, please make your decision.
But Chief, wait. If you quit your job with the police force, you'll be unemployed. Even if we do catch Kira, what are you gonna do after that?
After that? I hadn't really thought of it, but I suppose after we catch Kira, I'll have to dust off my resume.
Count me in! I'm gonna quit the police and chase Kira too, Chief! And I still have my job as Misa's manager. Besides, if I stayed on as a police officer, I'd feel like a total loser.
Think before you open your mouth, Matsuda.
Is there any way I could still keep my job and help you in my spare time?
There isn't. If you remain a police officer, then please don't come back here.
But you know I won't leak any
I
information.
won't be sharing any of our information. You're free to pursue Kira on your own if you want to, but I don't think it's fair to your families to burden them by giving up your livelihood just to continue this. I can't see how that's a good idea.
It's as Ryuzaki says. No one here is going to blame you for quitting.
Yeah, right. We all understand why you've got to do this.
But the chief has a family too.
Our situations are completely different.
Damn it. To leave now after all we've been through. I said I was prepared to die if that's what it took to catch him, and I meant it. What kind of friend would I be to Ukita if I quit now? I became a detective so I could catch the bad guys, not run away!
Ryuzaki, early on in the investigation, you specifically told me that if a task force member were to lose their job under any circumstances, I should make preparations to ensure that their family's financial future was secure. If you recall, a trust was set aside for that very purpose. I'm a little curious as to why you're withholding this information.
This is not the time or place, Watari.
I'm sorry.
No way! So all this time we had nothing to worry about? I can't believe you did that! There you go, Aizawa! Isn't that great news? Huh?
Ryuzaki. I assume that was some kind of test to determine how committed I was to this task force.
It's not like that, Aizawa. Ryuzaki's just not the type to say things directly. You should know that by now.
Yeah, that's right.
No. I was testing you. I wanted to see which one you would choose.
Ryuzaki.
Fine then. If I wasn't sure before, I am now.
But Aizawa...
Let's face it, I wasn't able to decide right away like you guys. I was leaning towards going back to the police.
Come on, Aizawa. Don't be so stubborn.
No, I quit. Now I know this for sure. I've always hated Ryuzaki. I hate him and his way of doing things.
That's too bad, because I like you, Aizawa.
I also hate the way you've always got to have the last word. You insult me, now you say something like that? That's it, I'm out of here.
Thank you for everything.
Huh? Daddy?
Huh?
Daddy!
Yumi. Eriko.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at work right now? You need to tell me if you're planning to be home for dinner. I just went shopping and I only bought for me and Yumi.
You can eat my dinner and I'll have dessert instead.
Sorry. It was sort of a last-minute decision, but they just gave me some time off.
Huh? Is a time off a vacation, Daddy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yippee!
From now on, I can have a break every single week. Now I can go with you to the park. Maybe we can go to the zoo together. Or the amusement park.
What's wrong, Dad? Mommy, why is Daddy crying?